Good evening, coaches. It is the first Monday of the year, January 2nd. We have a full house. I'm excited. Emily, hi. It's been a while. Look at the baby. Look at that big old belly. Oh my gosh. Super excited that you're with us. Jackie is her first time with us. Hi, Jackie. Nice to have you here. And everybody, hi. Julissa, Monica, Kari, Angie. I'm not sure who's on an iPhone, and Jessica. So I'm super excited for this year. You have no idea. I know last year was a rough year. I've talked to some of the coaches and I've been telling everybody it was one of the best years in my life as a person, a year of growth, a year of chiseling. It's just been a crazy year, but I wouldn't have it any other way, regardless of the goals I didn't meet, regardless of, it was just an amazing year, but it was a very tough year as well. And I am excited because Beachbody is definitely making up for it. What's happening with the All Access Beachbody On Demand is going crazy. I can see it on my Coach Online office. My volume is going crazy. And I'm excited. I'm excited that people are obviously taking care of their health. And we know it's the health wagon that everybody's jumping onto. But we got to take advantage of that, right? And so today we're going to talk a little bit about, the focus for 2017. It shouldn't be a long call, but then again, I always say that, so I should stop saying that. But it shouldn't be a long call because basically we're going to kind of review 2017, celebrate, but then kind of just tell you the vision for 2017. And of course, make the note right now, next Monday, we're going to go over our goals and vision boards, and then we're going to go over the corporate goals and everything that they have going on. I did this call first Monday of last year, but this year I decided I'm going to leave it for next week because it would have been too much, and I don't want to keep you guys here an hour. So kind of broke it up into two different calls. So come ready to either you can share your vision board or simply your goals next week. And I'm going to be sharing some information corporate wants to make sure we pass down, along with other stuff in regards to our team. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So I call this the New Year's Bash just because I kind of just wanted to just celebrate a little bit of some of what we did last year. Last year was let me pull up my notes. Last year was a very good year. It was a year where a lot of us grew in many different ways. And I don't just mean business, even as, entrepreneurs, as wives, as moms, as everything overall. And that really makes me very happy. And I'm looking forward to seeing so much more growth, not just in our leaders, but also the newer coaches that are on this call. So 2016, we're leaving it behind, completely behind. We didn't meet certain goals, like I didn't meet certain goals, or whatever happened. You know what? It's gone. It's done. It was gone a day ago, 2 days ago, however you want to put it. Totally gone. However, I do want to celebrate a couple of things that did happen, and let's just kind of go over a year in review. And I didn't make a full presentation on this part because I just want to go over it very quickly. So what happened for Team Beachbody and for our company and our team in 2016? So the first week of December, so exactly 53 weeks ago, Hammer and Chisel released 56 weeks ago, right before the year was, I don't know what's wrong with my thing today. So right before the year was over, Hammer and Chisel released. And I know we have some graduates, including myself, Jalissa, I believe Zelly, and I can't remember who else on our team were actually Hammer and Chisel graduates. And that was actually, personally speaking, one of my most favorite, not necessarily program, even though it was a good program, but definitely transformation. So that one came out. Also in January, Cafe Latte released. Who drinks Cafe Latte? And I know I don't have, awesome. Cafe Latte has been a hit in our company, and it's just been amazing. I know, for example, the customers that I have on HD, and Jessica was actually one of them, like, I can tell you that everybody that starts off Cafe Latte never transitions to anything else. It has been a hit personally with my business, my customers. They just absolutely love it. They stay 4 or 5 months with it, if not even more. So then also Country Heat. And I think Jalissa did a round, if I'm not mistaken. Jalissa? Yes. And I'm not sure who else on the call did Country Heat, but that was a really tricky program. That was a very tricky program. Personally, I wondered how the company would do with it, and it actually clearly they did amazing with it. So, and then of course, Core de Force came out in December, and I fell in love with it, and I know Jessica did it, and Jalissa and a bunch of other coaches definitely did that program, and it definitely delivered. So what else happened in 2016? The January 2017 Success Club trip was announced, in which is Punta Cana. I'll be there in just a few months, and I'm super, super duper excited. And then this Saturday, guys, I hope you're going to Super Saturday. There's going to be amazing news, one of the best trainings ever. And on Saturday, you get to find out. I'm sure you will find out a little sooner because there is some Super Saturdays happening on Friday, but we definitely get to find out where we're going in 2018. Super, super excited for that. This year, we also went on the cruise. Jalissa and I were able to hop on the cruise and go with the Beachbody coaches, and it was amazing. We got to see trainings from top coaches, but definitely I can tell you that 80% of that trip, literally 80% of that trip, if not more, was fun in the sun. It was just hanging out, being with family. We got to spend the entire time together. And it's just amazing how Beachbody does this for us. They really take advantage and give us a trip, and they don't load us with work. We had 2 general sessions for business, and the rest of it was fun, fun, fun. So these are the things you definitely want to sign up for. And, you know, it's not like you're paying extra money. You're earning these trips by helping 3 people per month. So stay on the lookout for the new one. Now, another thing that we did, we went to Nashville. For Zelly and I, it was our 3rd summit. And for most coaches for the other coaches that have been there, was their 2nd summit. Emily was there, and it was her 1st, and we just had an amazing time. We were able to be trained. We got to experience our first Latino summit, and that was awesome, where Monica, Jalissa, and Zelly were recognized on stage, and that was pretty cool. And it's just amazing to see our leaders just being recognized for their hard work. So, one last thing before I go to the next slide, then we also have, I was able to qualify for the NLC, which is the New Leader Conference. I'm looking forward to just going there next month and bringing back every single tool, every single training, and just sharing all the information with you guys, so you guys and us as a team are able to grow and move forward. So one more thing I want to be able to celebrate is that together, we, and I put 300, I believe it's like 299, but I need to confirm once we get the final report on the All Access tomorrow. But corporately, in between 35 coaches, and some of these coaches, mute somebody, hang on. I think I got it. Corporately, between 35 of us, we help 300 lives. And that is every single one of you on this call. I mean, everybody, whether you helped 1 person in 2016 or you helped 50, like, you are on these numbers, and I have to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because you definitely have the mission in your heart to help people live fulfilling and healthy lives, okay? And then, of course, I have to celebrate this, and I know Zelly became an instructor in December of 2015, but then also Jalissa and Monica became live instructors, and that's huge. You know, they literally fell in love with the program, or and I know that was for Jalissa, but definitely for Monica, who made history. She was certified in the very first Latino certification class in October, and that is super, super huge. She's making history. And then I want to quickly recognize 2 people this year that ended the year strong. That's Jackie who has put her foot down and have said, this is my vision, this is what I see, and this is what I'm running with. And she's doing super duper amazing. And the same thing goes for Barbara. They have a clear understanding what they see for their business, and they ended the year very, very strong. And I'm very proud of you both. I'm proud of my entire team, but these two ladies are out of their comfort zone. They found their sweet spot, and they are handling their business amazingly. And I know next year a lot of you will be joining them, not next year, this year, today. Hello, we're in 2017. And I also want to celebrate our biggest loser this year that I know of. Guys, if you have a customer, because obviously I know the process of the coaches, but I don't really know customers. So if you have a customer that has lost more, please feel free to let me know. But as far as I know and my understanding, Emily Ramos, who lost 60 pounds in 4 months. That is amazing. And so we're super duper proud of her. She can never make Monday calls because she does work until 10 p.m. or 10:30, something like that. But I would appreciate if sometime today after this call, you guys could just blow up on her wall and show her some love, because she deserves it. She did this in 4 months. Super duper proud of her. And of course, last but not least, I have to celebrate Monica. For those of you that don't know, she was crowned Coach of the Year in 2016. And Monica definitely has grown so much. She has, if you know Monica, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just coming out of her shell, being that crazy sapphire girl, but still want to be that lady boss. This is her 7th business. And the other day she posted something about 7 is the lucky number or something like that. I can't remember, but it is the lucky number for her. She's sticking it out. She's doing amazing. And I am very proud of her. So what now, right? I just wanted to go into a year review. What did we do? What did the company do for us? And things like that. Oh my God, wait, how can I forget? I forgot to celebrate one thing. The leadership, our Diamond Leaders Retreat in Puerto Rico. First annual, and I say annual because it's coming again. First annual leadership retreat for our team. We were able to do that. And let me tell you something. When I told people outside of our team, obviously everybody in our team was hyped, right? But when I told people outside of our team, people were looking at me like I was crazy, because usually a coach that's been in the business for 4 to 5 years, it's when they launch their first Diamond Retreat. And when I planned that retreat, or it wasn't planned. When I called Jalissa and said, I think I want to do this, I was a year and 11 months into the business. And it's going to continue. I believe in giving back. I believe in celebrating. And you'll get more details on that pretty soon. So what now, right? We discussed all of this. So now let's talk about the vision for next year. Next year, so every year we kind of just think about, at least I do. And this is kind of like where I have gone wrong, because I think of a vision, I think of a theme, and I don't really share it much. And it's actually something that I'm actually learning as a leader, to be open and to actually go out there and like let the team know what we're working towards. And this year, I'm calling our year Onward and Upward. And the reason why I'm calling it Onward and Upward is because every day, and this is something I've learned in other areas of my life, especially spiritually, is if you're not growing, you're dying. And the same thing goes with the business. If you want to grow in business, you can't be idle. There's no such thing as being idle if you want to grow. So we're going onward and upward. And why this picture and why these arrows? I want you to see that in these arrows, you have different shapes, sizes, you have different everything. But I always go back to personalities. That's what makes this team and many teams in Team Beachbody unique, because it takes different people to accomplish the purpose. And I want you to look at this team, and I want you to look at all of us corporately this way, where your strength might be my weaknesses and vice versa. Your personality might be different than mine, but together we can accomplish so much. And of course, as you guys know, we're going for Elite this year. Together, we're going to work on that. And we're going to be working in teams and in pods based on where you are and what's required from every single one of us. And I say us because, I'm in the trenches, obviously, with every single one of us. But this time we're working together from day one. Instead of just me assuming and dreaming about a goal that was never planned out, I am in the trenches with you and I'm saying, no, we are doing this together. So the theme for this year, onward and upward. Be diligent, do what you love, and act as if. And what does that mean? It means, being diligent. Work every day like it's the last day of the month. Don't slow down because it's the first week and you have another 3 weeks to meet your goals. Just be diligent, talk to people, add value to people, and everything will come back to you. Do what you love. And I keep putting Jackie as an example. Jackie is taking what she loves, which is the clean eating meals and everything, and her vision, and she's putting it the way she wants to and what she sees it. Do what you love and act as if. Act like a leader. Lead by example. Lead from the front. And our leaders, they could tell you how much I stress this. Lead from the front. Your customers deserve the best of you. Your coaches deserve the best of you. Act as if. You don't have to wait until you have 5 coaches under you to act like a leader. You have one, you're a leader. Step up and be that person. Whoever you're trying to be or you are working towards, start acting like that person. Okay? So I'm not going to go over this too much. I'm sure you probably, if you haven't seen last week's call, we went over the full vital process. Just wanted to quickly put it on here and review it. Full vital process and the 4 vital behaviors. If you haven't watched last week's call, I went ahead and explained the difference between the both because some people were confused on that. Make sure you go and watch it. So what now, right? All access. All access, I can tell you, I don't know if anybody else in this call right now is feeling the same. It has been the easiest thing to explain, and I have not gotten any money objections. The only objection I got, and it wasn't even an objection, it was, I want this, payday is on, put me on a waiting list, and people are getting it. I have not gotten any money objection. It has been great to explain. I will be giving you guys a script that I put together in regards to the all access and how to market this and how to talk to people. I don't know if anybody else has been explaining it a lot. Clearly, Jackie, I know, sold one. Ale has sold one as well. Zelly, immediately day one, yesterday, she already sold one. I think it's actually a very good program to market, and it's just a no-brainer. $199, you get all of this. It's just a no-brainer. So I hope it's helping you. So let's see here. Hold on. The focus for 2017, very simple. I took a lot out of my plate. Stuff that you don't even know that I did. Already took them out. I'm focusing on simplicity. I'm working from a plan. That I have always done. My plan was like this long. It's super short now. Simple and straight to the point. I'm focusing on the all access pass. I'm focusing on Carl Daikeler's vision. It is written here and in my heart, and that everything I've created for 2017 for my personal business has been geared towards all access and his vision. And I literally told myself, I went over and I wrote down everything I do, and then I started crossing off what didn't fall into that vision. So I'm going to share my scripts. I'm going to share what I do. Obviously, it is up to you to copy, paste, and personalize and choose what you want to do and don't do if you want to add your own flavor and things like that. But what I know you should be doing is working from a plan. You need to know who your target market is. I'm going to tell you guys something. My first business center and my second business center, and I actually went over this today, 110% different. Because when I first started this business, I was talking to everybody and anybody. Oh, let me unmute somebody. Let me mute somebody here. Yep. Okay, my first business center, I have all kinds of people, all kinds of personalities, all kinds of everything, because I was just promoting out there whoever stuck. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm sending it out, the boomerang out, and whoever came back with, that's who I got. This time around, because I've learned to talk to my target market, the women in my second business center are the women that I'm actually attracting, the ones that I want to attract, the personalities I want to attract, the lifestyle that they have that I want to attract. So, for example, my target market is the Christian wife, the Christian wife in ministry or in church. You know, some might just be volunteering, some might be ministry leaders, but that is the woman that I want to work with. That is the woman that I want to help get out of survival mode and start living God's design plan for them. That is my ideal customer in a nutshell. So now my post and everything that I do in my business is catered towards that woman. So I'm sharing this with you because you need to know who you're targeting. It can't just be everybody. That's why I don't attract guys, and I'm okay with that. The only guys I have that are customers is because they're super personal friends with me, and of course I'll help them, but I don't attract the guy, and I'm okay with that. And then I put in here, what are you accomplishing monthly? That is something that you have to ask yourself. What is that monthly goal? You can't just be planning for something and not making a game plan for it. Again, like I put on there, a plan without execution leads you nowhere. So what are you executing monthly? Are you using the power of threes? I'm keeping it simple. I used to do 5 for this, 4 for this, blah, blah, blah. A month ago, I started doing power of threes. That's it, across the board. It's going to lead me to my goals no matter what. I used to do 2 business invites here and this, like, I don't even remember the numbers anymore. I'm just keeping it straight across the board. 3 of everything, I'm good. That's it. Scripts, like I said, I'm going to be giving you scripts. I put together a getting ideas, obviously, from a couple, and then Julie and I went over one, and then I found another one that sounded a little less salesy and things like that, and I just said, you know what? Let me just start putting something together. So things that I found everywhere, went ahead and put it together. That's going to be available to you first thing tomorrow morning. I want to read over it one more time to make sure everything's good. Then, of course, I'm going to be following the 4 vital process. And I hope that you watched last week's call, and I hope you've watched what the 4 vital process is. But technically, bring people, invite people, put them in a challenge group, get them results, then you present the business opportunity. Unless I see the super duper potential that I saw in a few coaches a few months ago, that I just went ahead and invited them straight into the business. I'm not inviting to the business first. I am going to have them go into a challenge group, give them results, and then I'm going to present them the business opportunity. So I'm not saying that I'm not in business inviting. I'm going to put it out there and things like that. But even then, my plan is, let's say Jessica had never done Beachbody before, and she responds to a call to action. I'm still going to put her as a challenger first. And I'm going to help her meet successful that month, but I'm not going to have her take New Coach Camp. Why? Because I want her to fall in love with the process. She needs to be able to duplicate the process. So if I get her to do a challenge group and a New Coach Camp at the same time, that's overwhelming, number one. Number two, they just fall off. And I don't want that. So I'm going to be changing that process, and you're going to get everything in writing. If you would like to follow it, by all means, you can. And the most important thing right now is you have to create an environment that supports Car Deckler's mission. What do I mean by that? We have to get rid of the 21-day fix mentality. I personally, I don't know if you guys do it, but if you do, this is something you should probably stop and figure out how you can communicate this better. I don't tell people this term of don't worry, you can cancel in 30 days, rarely ever comes out of my mouth. I've done it if somebody is uneasy about the charge. I just say things like, don't worry about it. If you want to continue Shakeology, we'll upgrade your account to 25% off, blah, 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 whatever. But stop already setting people's mindset of cancellation of a product before they have even signed up. Figure out a way how you can overcome that. And part of the script, in the script, I'm going to be sharing some of that. And then create a 21-day create a 21-day challenge group so they can have some kind of intimate group, so they can have support, a small support. You should be running one of these every month, and then transition them into an ongoing group that's going to support the mission, which is the Year of Health. I call my Year of Health boot camp. You could get as creative as you can. Just make sure that you have people in something. So whenever, they're ready, like he said, and I loved his call from 3 weeks ago when he shared about the All Access. He said, this is one of those things where people can fall off, go on vacation, do their thing, and then come back a month later and they want to pick up. Like, you want to create a support group that's an ongoing support group, that you just share recipes, just have your coaches in there. You guys can probably run it together. Just make sure you have something that caters to both things, where they could get the intimate part of having a support group for 21 days and then graduate them into a bigger group and continue to add value. So in that year that they have the membership, they still have your support. And whenever they're ready to get back in, as far as start their journey again, they can. Okay. And then of course, celebrate small wins, whether it's with your coaches, with your customers, with anybody. Make sure that you're celebrating the little steps, because it's a year-long process that we are promoting. I wanted to post a picture on here and I completely forgot, but I already started. As of the day that it was announced and I started talking to people, I already started doing that. And there was a lady who just messaged me today, and she messaged, today was day 1 for her with Shakeology. She sent me a picture of the cup and she said, day 1 of 365. I was like, yes, like, this is what I want. That's what you want. That's what Carl Daikeler wants. That's what we all want. You want to create that mentality of, listen, the year of health, 2017, commit to a year for yourself. Obviously, you have to make that into small goals for them. Talk to people every 21 days. The people that have already finished their first round, create some kind of system where you're still in contact with them. Even when they're not doing anything, check in with them. I think that's one of the reasons why I have long-term retention with my discount coaches, because I check in with them every so often. They don't need me anymore. I mean, Jessica can tell you, she didn't need me at all times. She's pretty self-sufficient. But you know what? I've always kept in contact. Hey, girl, how you doing? Are you hitting a plateau? And we went from T25 to 22-minute hardcores. And she did, 21-day fix. Like, I always just kept saying, hey, what do you think about this or that, or 3-day refresh? And we just did different things. And that's what you want to create. You want to make sure that you're in contact with these people and you don't just set them up for a 21-day fix mentality. All right. And then, of course, we're going to be working hard this year, working simple and hard. And when I say hard, is you meeting your goals. And at the end of the year, we're going to get to celebrate together. This is going to be a Diamond Leaders Retreat. I don't have all the details, and I will not have it until hopefully next week. But I am going to tell you this. 2 things. Number 1, our diamond leaders that were there this year, they already know their requirements. You guys, the rest of you who want to make it there, you want to start. Don't wait for me to tell you the details in order for you to start working, because it's going to be most likely limited. And what do I mean by that? I'm going to have 2 deadlines. The first deadline is going to tell me what type of location I'm going to end up renting. I was about to get ambitious and rent this huge place, but what I don't want is 2 things. It could be either renting too big and then we don't have that many people, or vice versa, where I rent this place and then next thing you know, we have so many of them, because we believe this year is going to be turned around. But this is one of the properties I'm looking for. I'm hoping that this is the one that I can get. We'll know in a couple of weeks. It will house enough people, but we will see. So we'll definitely be celebrating together. You guys are working hard. I believe, and I know that you guys just love this company. You love what you do. You love being a Team Beachbody coach, period. You love what this company has done for you. I mean, I forgot to celebrate Jalissa, for example, who just bought a house. And she can't sit here and say, I know she wouldn't. She wouldn't say, well, Beachbody did this for me. But you know what Beachbody did? It helped her pay off debt. And I'm sure, Jalissa, you've never told me this, I'm just assuming, that helped her credit. And in turn, here she is, in which she has I won't say it for you, Julie, but she has a ridiculously huge goal she told me a couple of weeks ago with that house. And you know what? It's because you have the mission of this company engraved in your heart. We all do, and we know that it can provide amazing things, right? So you can unmute. Let us know what you think on your focus, your personal focus. I would love to hear from you guys. Your focus for 2017. Like I mentioned, onward and upward, keep on going, keep on moving. Leaders are growing. Pretty soon we're going to be, and this is something we're going to be talking with the leaders, they're going to be doing some things separately with their teams, and it's just that time. It's like people are growing, and it's awesome to see. I know, for example, this year I'm going to New Leaders Conference by myself, but I tell you what, next year I hope there's 3, 4, or 5 of you in the next New Leaders Conference. And the same with leadership. Like, there's just so much growth that I know can happen this year. But it's a matter of believing that it can happen. So unmute yourselves, and while you unmute yourselves, and anybody, whoever wants to start is fine. There's 18 comments, so I'm about to read them. Monica, you can start. I see that you said you wanted to say something. I just saw it. It says, can I say something?
I was literally writing, I'll wait. Somebody else can start.
Sorry.
That's okay. I always go first. I feel bad, like as if I'm jumping in front of people.
It's okay. It's the sapphire in you.
I know. Well, for this year, it's definitely taking it back to basics in the sense of concentrating more on the results of my challengers and the results of my coaches, and that will eventually lead to the business building part of it. Like you said, I will be taking more charge of my team, my personal downline, and their coaches, which I've already started doing that in December. I do have a very big goal that I'm struggling with, and it is to find a team name for my girls. And even though I'm a sapphire and I love all fun, I hate to commit, and I don't want to commit to name. And I've been struggling with that since I became Diamond, but I think it's officially time for me to just give my girls a little bit of identity, But other than that is help 100 lives lose at least 10 pounds each. So that means I'll be losing 1,000 pounds this year. Thank you, Jalissa, for that little hashtag idea. And then nothing like one of the things that I'm going to be doing this year too is focusing on creating my business into our business with my husband, and being able to lead from the front. This year has probably been, okay, most likely I have to give credit. Most likely the reason why this year was very good for me in the sense of growth and a sense of getting out of my comfort zone is because the support system that my husband has been giving me has been such a huge influence. And I know that's something that every married coach goes through, because their husbands are kind of just like, we'll see what happens with this. But it really does take time. And if you listen to your husbands, if you include them into what you're doing and find a way to connect your business to what they would be interested in, eventually that support that we get from our husbands will grow deeper and deeper and deeper. And I think this year it really grew some roots and made it stable. So that helped me out a lot. So I do hope to take all of my goals for 2017 and turn them into from my goals to our goals somehow. So I look forward to that, and to being with my girls. I can't wait to see them grow. 3-star Diamond. Boom, boom. That's it.
Awesome. I can't wait to talk goals next week and kind of go over, obviously, the company stuff or whatever, but looking forward to just hearing everybody's goals and for all of us, because at the end of the day, this is the support system, and that's what I love about what we've created. So, all right, anybody else wants to say anything before we go? Trying to see if I see anybody else.
Hold on, I wanted to say something too when you were talking about the The Success Club trips, what was that called? Yeah, our trip, what is it? You guys are going to Punta Cana this year. Well, I just wanted to say something about that. Registration is coming up, and take it from me, ladies. I have hit it twice, once with, twice with Summit and twice with this Success Club trip, where I just didn't register, waited till the last minute. And for Summit, obviously that's a little bit easier. I just spent a lot more money last minute trying to go because I didn't plan for it, because I didn't register for it, because I saw it so far away that I didn't know if I was going to even be wanting to go. Okay, so I did that. The thing about these trips is that there's a deadline, like a legit deadline. And if you don't register, you're screwed, because the wait line, the number that they give you is in like the thousands. Like, it's a long, long waiting list. So I encourage you to register if you can, because this past year, Jalissa took a picture with my hero, with my sexy hero, and I got super jealous when I saw that. So I will be in the 2018 trip, and best believe I am going to meet Tony Horton. Like, best believe. So make sure you guys register if that's something that's really, really in your heart, both for any of the events, but specifically this trip and for Summit. Really, really register for that, because there's always a way out in the case you have an emergency, but there's barely ever a way in last minute. So
yeah,
make sure you do that.
Yeah. So two things I forgot to mention: Summit and All Access. So I don't know if you know this. I don't think I have ever mentioned it, but the All Access, it's a temporary thing, but it's our job to prove to Carl Daikeler and to the company that this is it. Like, this is what people would want. So make sure that you're definitely pushing that, because we're proving it. And if it stays, we also want to prove that $199 is the price. We don't want them to go to $249, $349, or whatever. That was actually part of the consideration. So make sure that we prove that, no, we want this. And again, I think it's so easy to not just market it, like, easy to market, easy to talk to. It's just a no-brainer. So that's one. Two, when it comes to Summit, I meant to say Success Club trip. Every year, there's people that don't even get off the waiting list. And because of that problem, they have created a system in which it's not even fully out yet. So I don't want to talk too much about it. But I am going to tell you this, because some people, and this is why they did it. Some people were getting discouraged that they never get off the waiting list, right? And it just seems more and more impossible. Well, I can tell you that the 2018 trip, Elite, Premier, and Success Club legends definitely get in. And then there's going to be a waiting list. In that waiting list, some people think they're not going to get off, but I promise you they're going to make a way. What they're going to do for this Success Club trip, it's going to be a place where they're going to be able to host a whole lot of people, a lot more than they ever have. And of course, make sure, but I can tell you this, in order for you to get off that waiting list, make sure you're hitting Success Club, because this is what happens. And it's happening now. We're seeing people get off as we speak. You have people that are literally like number 10,000 and something. I'm talking about, yes, 5 digits, literally 5 digits. But because they're not hitting Success Club every month, they're basically being skipped. So somebody that was on like 10,000 and something, or like, super ridiculous number, they are now just getting off, and they still have people still have another 3 months. What's the number now? I don't know. But these are the logistics I don't normally pay attention to when I have these questions. Jalissa's super awesome at like keeping up with qualifications for these things. So like I ask questions, but being at the wall, like I'm seeing conversations of leaders that are on top of it. That should be me, but I have, Jalissa again. Thanks, Julie, because she like knows the details. I'm like, hey, but but I saw a conversation the other day talking about that. So with the why am I sharing all this? Because I don't want none of you to get discouraged. The moment that this registration opens, if you don't have the $300 to register, get on the waiting list like immediately, and you will get off. Why do I say 300? The $300, it's a non-refundable deposit. However, I already made my deposit back. What happens is every Success Club point, every point equals $10. So for every point you have, it equals $10. And in the month of January, it doubles. So if you hit Success Club 10, then you actually get 20, so forth and so on. January only. And then February and on, it's $10 per point. So for example, I think I met my numbers, I don't know, last month or 2 months ago. The whole point is, not only did my Success Club pay for that room, but it also gave me my registration. The $300 registration that I paid up front, I already get it back, and it's going to be on my paycheck next week, I think it is, or something like that. So super simple. While some people say, well, that's not fair, I do pay $300. No, you don't, because if you stay on track with Success Club, they literally calculate it that way. If you stay on track with Success Club, you will make, not only are you going to get your room paid for, but you will make your $300 back as long as you budget that way. That's how I do it every year, and I make sure that I make it back. So that's basically it. I'm excited. Please, guys, I know you guys can make it on the Success Club trip. You want to be there. These are the things, and our older coaches can tell you. When you go to a corporate sponsored event, that's when people take your business more and more and more serious. That is the reason why I don't miss a summit. I don't miss a Saturday. I don't care what I do or what's going on. I don't miss a Super Saturday. I don't miss a Super Saturday. I don't miss a summit. And I definitely, in the name of Jesus, will never miss a Success Club trip ever again. That is literally because I know how people see you when you don't miss these things. So get on that waiting list if you can pay for it immediately. Be sure that you do. And I know you guys can get off that waiting list. As long as you hit Success Club every single month, you'll be fine. So that's pretty much it, ladies. It is 10:46 now. So, my time. 9:46, most of you guys' time. Thank you so much for your time tonight. And I look forward to next week. Come ready to share your goals. Bye.